Hey, I'm Ben John, the rugby trainer, and I'm here at the Ospreys with the front rowers. We've got hooker Sam Parry, play for Wales and Ospreys, obviously, and then we've got Nicky Smith, exactly the same, played for Wales and with the Ospreys, but he's a loose head. So what we're going to get out of these two today is their scrummaging and what they do to work so well together, and their cues and their tips for us to put into practice. So lad, what do you do in that area, man? We're clear.
No, we like to keep it real simple. So obviously, set the scrum up. We'd have the hooker first. I get my position, and then I call props to come in, and then we just keep it simple. 2 points for us. Our hips connected together, and then when Nicky comes in the bind, we make sure his shoulders through and my shoulders through, and that's pretty much it for what we look for every time. Then.
So you'd always have that split stance as a hooker?
Yep, hooker, split stance.
And why is that usually?
Obviously, I've got to balance, control the whole scrum really. So I'm in control of it. When the ref says bind, then keep your foot on, and then eventually pull it back. So all three of us are in a good pushing position.
Straight line, and then obviously back days of a hooker or hooking the ball back. Is that still there?
Yep, yeah, still
going?
Still there, despite what people think. But again, it's very important that we keep our hip connections together. Because obviously when I strike, I'm going to move slightly. So if our shoulders are connected together, it stops their tight head from getting in between us, and I'm able to strike as quick as I can and then back to my pushing.
And when he's doing that, do you have like a sense of he's going for the hook here, so I've got to tighten up and I'm going to squeeze, or is it just come naturally?
I think it comes naturally, but you feel the pressure because you could feel the tight head coming in slightly. But that's what Sam made a point. That first bit of connection between my hips and shoulders with his, that's when you can sort of know you're solid, and when he's hooking the ball then it shouldn't really feel any different. Whereas if you're loose, then that's probably when you will feel it, as if when he does hook it, that pressure will come on.
Put this into a drill for us to practice before and after a session to get this set up right. So all those points that the boys just talked about in that front row area, we're just going to put that into a drill, something that they do just to warm up and just to get nice and tight before their scrummaging session.
Just a really simple drill basically. You can get it in any time. We do it when we're in the gym between weights, when we're warming up before sessions. We try to get as many reps of this in as we can throughout the week, so every time we set up as a three, it feels exactly the same. So just come in, hooker set first, make sure my position's the same, and then I'd call props in. So Nicky comes in, his hip is attached to mine, his shoulder's attached to mine, the tight head would come in, we'd be in a 3/4 crouch, and then we'd normally get someone to call crouch for us, and we just go sink. Yeah, so for a hooker, I start split because I'm in control of the scrum. Obviously, I take the boys down and we crouch, so I get my position, I call props. Nicky comes in, he gets his hip next to mine, his shoulder comes through when he binds, so we can both work together against the tight head. And then obviously my next prop's in, we call the second rows, and we go crouch. That's it.
Nice. Is this something that this is what you two have worked out together that you prefer, or is it something that changes all the time depending on the props and the hookers?
Yeah, it's just it's like a personal relationship with each prop and hooker will be different heights, sizes, so it's just finding out what works for you as a pair or as a whole three, because everyone is different, so it's just finding that a common ground that we're all comfortable with.
Nice. Some awesome tips and a great drill for us to practice. Again, you don't have to do it in a rugby environment as a three. If you are together, you can get that done, practice and get nice and tight. So then when you're hitting those scrums, you're working as a unit. Cheers lads for coming down, appreciate that. Cheers guys. And see you soon.
Thanks, well done.